I'm out here on a backpacking trip and I'm halfway through a 2,500 foot climb, and I wanted to take a second to talk to you about what has allowed me to become a better climber when I'm backpacking and hiking. So if you want to climb better, stay tuned because I got a handful of tips that have literally changed the game for me over the years. The first thing that helped me really improve my speed while climbing is shoe weight. When I went from a boot to a trail runner, I improved climbing so much more. And there's a few reasons why. One, you have a little bit more mobility, but two is the weight of those shoes. I didn't lose any traction, but what I did lose is a whole lot of ounces off my feet. And as you're going through that process of picking your foot up to the next ledge, up to the next ledge, it's a much more draining process than walking on flat ground. So by lightening up my footwear, I was able to drastically increase my stamina and speed while climbing. And I know there's some of you that really need that ankle support, but for me, when I switched to trail runners, I had a period of time where I was adapting, but once that was done, my ankles were just stronger and better, and I've never had an issue ever since. Probably the biggest game changer for me was learning how to fuel on climbs, because it's a little bit different. You can't load up, have a big meal, and then hike for hours and feel fine. You're just burning way too many calories. So for me, I keep calories close at hand, such as in this snack pocket. Now in this snack pocket, I also try to keep things that are quick digesting. So think sugars and carbs, not so much proteins and fats. By loading up on sugars and carbs, it's super, super helpful. I've got like some dried mangoes there. I've got gummies. Those kinds of things that are really quick to eat on the go are super, super helpful. You're probably wondering why you should listen to me, because I'm not some performance athlete or coach. And so just a little bit about me. I mean, my first backpacking trips were a couple miles, and I remember climbing like 1,000 or 2,000 feet and thinking I'd just climbed Mount Everest. But over the years, I've been able to do things like Grand Canyon, rim to rim to rim, which has 11,000 or 12,000 feet of climbing, and do that in a single day. I've also done 100-mile backpacking trips every year for a lot of years now, where I'm climbing 4,000 to 5,000 feet of climbing per day. So climbing is a part of all those adventures, and I've just had to learn how to optimize it for myself. When I started hiking, I did not use trekking poles, but now these are a massive superpower for climbing. When you're headed uphill, I don't know exactly what they take off, but I feel like it's about 20 to 25% of the load can be transferred to your arms through these trekking poles, and it's effectively like clicking in four-wheel drive. It really gives you a boost, a massive boost, and as your legs get more and more tired throughout the day, it adds up. When there's those big step ups and you can pull yourself up with your arms, it allows you to just keep a good consistent pace and not be slowing down constantly or trying to find ways around things. Overall, climbing with trekking poles is just an absolute game changer. I saw a few people in the Grand Canyon a few weeks back when I was in there climbing, and they did not have trekking poles, and I felt so sorry for them, because I honestly don't know if I could hike out of the Grand Canyon without them. That's how strongly I feel about them. That's how big of a difference they make. It's just an absolute game changer. I bet, I don't know, they probably would save me an hour of climbing by having trekking poles versus not having trekking poles on something like the Grand Canyon. And of course that stacks up day after day after day. It's just transferring more load onto your arms, giving your legs more of a break, and giving you those boosts when you need to climb up and down over rocks and roots. You'll notice I'm out here backpacking in shorts. That has also been a change from when I started backpacking in pants. Pants can have a lot of mobility, and the newer pants have stretch in them, and they have a lot going for them. But in general, if I'm going for speed and stamina, I hike in shorts. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, your legs are your biggest muscles in your body. When you're using all of those muscles, you generate a ton of heat. Overheating is going to slow you down. Number two, though, is mobility. When, just like with your feet, when you're stepping up and on top of things, any drag adds up over miles and hours. So spend your time wisely. All right, there you have it. Those are my 4 tips that have made a huge difference in the ability for me to climb up these massive mountains. If you found value in this, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if there's any other tips that you have found that help you climb better. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you climb better going forward. We'll see you guys out on the trail.